what exactly is the Dream 100? What is that, like, that whole idea? Sounds a little bit fictitious, if you know what I mean. But what the Dream 100 basically means is, it's a marketing concept. It's a strategy to help, like, grow your audience and influence. And I can't remember, like, who exactly like, came up with the concept or coined the term. But I got but at least from what I've seen, the person that popularized the whole idea was Russell Brunson. Some of y'all, who are, like, more into, like, the business entrepreneur space, y'all might know who he is. He's the ClickFunnels guy. So, like, one of the best softwares, like, make, like, sales funnels and stuff like that. So I got the concept, like, from him, and I think he's the one who's most known for coining, like, the idea. But I'm sure, like, the idea is not like that new. Like, I'm sure, like, the idea of creating, like, like, a team, of a Dream 100 of some sorts has, like, been around for a while. What exactly, like, is it? Like, what's the whole idea of, like, the Dream 100? So basically, the whole idea of, like, the Dream 100, like I said, it's a strategy to help grow your audience, and help gain influence. And this is especially good, like, if you're someone who's, like, let's say, you're starting from zero, you're starting from the bottom, and you want to, like, help grow, like, your reputation. You want to help grow your influence, like, within, like, a certain market or niche. And it's a good strategy, like, to help, like, grow it, But how exactly would you do that, you might ask? So what the Dream 100, like, basically means is that, okay, so basically you'd find the top people, like, within, like, your market or niche. So they could be, like, influencers, they could be like, the top entrepreneurs, they could be, like, anybody, like, of that sort, like, in whatever market or niche that you're in. And you try to follow them. You try to, connect with their audience, and if possible, try to connect directly with them, like, as well. Depending on, like, how big the influencer is, that might be a little bit more hard to do. But if it's possible, try connecting with them, and just provide value to either, like, to the influencer, to the entrepreneur, himself or herself. Provide as much value to, like, their audience as well. And as the law of I can't even say the name of the term. But basically, whatever value you put out into the world, you tend to get, like, some value back. So like, if you're constantly, like, providing value to like to the influencer, to like, this big influential person within, like, your marketing niche, and providing value to, like, their audience as well, eventually, you're gonna bring attention to yourself. The some of the members, like within that marketing niche, like, they're gonna start seeing you. They're gonna be seeing all the value that like, you're providing to them, and then, like, eventually, they're gonna start following you. They're gonna start, like, liking the content that you put out yourself. And then, surely but surely, you're gonna start creating, like, an audience for yourself, and one that's gonna be, like, very loyal, and that's actually gonna, like your content, because you're already putting out content that, like, they like, and they already know, like, what you're about, and that you're genuine, and surely but surely, you're gonna start creating, like, a reliable audience, and when you start, like, looking into, like, the concept, you can understand, like, exactly why. The concept, like, makes, like, so much sense, and like, why it works, because like, nobody, like, wants to, like, follow someone that doesn't, like, provide, like, anything of, like, value, or any, like, usefulness, or, like, whatever. I mean, we've all, like, seen people like that, like, online. Like, like you scroll down, like, let's say, like, a top video or whatever, or a top Instagram post, and, like, you see, like, within the comments, you'll see someone, like, saying, like, like, hey, follow my YouTube, follow my IG, I'm posting, like, new music content, go ahead and check it out. Like, they're literally not providing any kind of, like, value whatsoever. And those, and like, nobody likes following those, and you want to know exactly why, because they ain't providing value. So why would you go ahead and, like, following them? And they're basically doing, like, shout out for shout out, or I don't even know that's not even like shout out or shout out. That's just like simply just like just that's just shouting out, like yourself, because at least with shouting out, like at least like you're promoting someone, and then they're promoting you back. So at least like it's like it's a two-way street, like it's not just you, I guess, like in a way just being completely selfish, which is what you do often see sometimes in some top comments, where it's just like people just like promoting themselves, like without like giving nothing back like in return, like whatsoever, and a similar concept to this, and this is like a strategy that I've been doing, just to not only grow my personal IG, but to also like to helping grow the Instagram of like this podcast is so Gary Vaynerchuk has a I'm sure some of y'all probably know him, or Gary V, as he's probably like much better known. He has this strategy that's called like the I think it's called like the $1.80 strategy, or like the $1.80, something like that. And the concept is pretty similar. So basically, like his whole idea is like whether it be like on YouTube, or maybe not on YouTube, but like on Instagram, on LinkedIn, any platform like that. Like you find content that's related to like the stuff that you do, and like you give that, and within that market or niche, you go ahead and you start liking the content, and you start like you put down like useful comments, excuse me. And eventually down the line, similar to like the Dream 100 idea, people are gonna start like seeing like like the value, within like with engagement that you put out like for other people, and like the helpful comments that you put out, and you start bringing attention to yourself, and slowly but surely, just like with the Dream 100, start growing yourself like an audience. Honestly, I think the Dream 100 is pretty similar, but I think like the Dream 100 approach is like a little bit like better. Like I think like if you want to like fast track like growth for your, whatever venture that you're in, whether it be like a podcast, YouTube channel, a business, or whatever, I think the Dream 100 route is probably like the fastest strategy that you can go with in order to grow like that exact thing. But the $1.80 strategy is pretty well as well. Just always like remember, everyone, is that if you want people to like to start like following you, give them a reason to like follow you, and to like to catch up with everything that like you're doing. There's gotta be like a reason, like in a way, like like nobody, like nothing's free in this world, like maybe not. Okay, so even like when there's not like money involved, so in the sense of like growing an audience, like maybe like literal money doesn't have to like be involved, but you still got to provide value like in some way. Like you can't just go up to someone like in the street and just be like, hey, like go follow my IG. I'm putting like a lot of posts out there. You should go ahead and go out and like. You have to provide value in some way, everyone. And that's like the biggest point of just like growing like any kind of audience, or getting like any kind of like influence, especially if you want to be seen as like an expert within like a certain niche or market. You got to provide a lot of value, and you're not going to be doing that by just just randomly like promoting yourself like within other people's like comment sections. See that so often. I know y'all do as well, and but it just doesn't work, and then you go ahead and see like the the people that promote themselves. You see like their the amount of like engagement that they get with like their own profiles, and it's like really abysmal. And you kind of see why, because you're not providing any kind of benefit to anyone. You're just promoting yourself. And nobody messes with that. Nobody likes that. So just always provide as much value that you can to your niche or audience or anything like that. And like over time, people are gonna start like valuing it, and you're gonna start slowly but surely creating like an audience for yourself, and eventually you're gonna gain like the expert status within that market or niche that you might want to desire, because being seen as an expert within a market or niche, that brings like a lot more opportunities there than you can even think, but yeah,